All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode. We are creeping up on to episode 100, but just not quite there yet. We're going to be covering the ESPN 3v3 that premiered on ESPN. PJ, what right off the bat, I'm going to ask you just yay or nay. Do you think it was good or do you think it was bad?
Damn, no hey, how are yous or nothing?
Nope. We're going to jump right into it.
Well, I just want to give a small disclaimer. I was gone from the house all day, and so since that was the case, YouTube, y'all get the fucking blurred background. That's what you get. So, if you look where my blurry hand is, this is all a mess. This is where the baby lays. This is where mama sits. This is where I sit. It's a fucking mess. So this is a half podcast office, half game room, half fucking family hangout upstairs lately. So, it is what it is. So
it'll buff.
It'll buff. So the question, yay or nay, overall, like, did I enjoy it or do I think it's a replacement?
We'll dive into the whole replacement. But did you, from what we seen, what do you think? Was it a step forward? Was it like a step to the side? Does it put us in limbo? Just give us what your answer is, and then we're gonna go dive into the details. Because um, I think it's like maybe a half step forward.
I've leaned more towards yay than nay, but I don't think that we should get rid of 5v5 for this.
Oh, absolutely fucking
Yeah.
not. No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. So, I want to dive into that, this whole aspect, and I'm kind of glad that this happened because we didn't really have a topic to do it. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and start from the beginning of what we saw. The intro and how like Maddie was bringing everything in. Great. Like we've said that on the show many, many times that like this dude needs to do this until he loses his voice. Like he is like the bricklayer for pushing paintball forward for the public view. You know
Maddie
what I
is the
mean?
goat. Maddie is the goat.
We're talking about Matty Marshall. He was a pro player. He came up from like playing with like Iron Man, Excessive, and then he just found his calling on commentating for this. Like the dude's extremely knowledgeable. He's very good at explaining things, breaking it down Barney style for like most people like myself who's borderline like retarded that can understand this. Um it's it's good to see Todd Martinez back in the booth too like that. Like I thought that was a good combo.
Yeah.
Marcelo Margot made a comment about that, and I'm gonna have to agree with him 100% on that. Um, he posted something on his Instagram story, and he was like, "Maddie and Todd, the goat for commentary," and I
That's
have to agree.
that's so funny that you bring that up because I have written down here Maddie always does amazing on rules explanation. Side note Marcelo's note. So to just kind of touch base on that, anytime paintball's been on TV, Maddie has been at the helm of, commentating the shit for, all of it. So, he always breaks it down, for the casual viewer who may just be strolling across ESPN or whatever. And Maddie does amazing. But when he was explaining the rules and everything, on that same note, you're talking about Marcelo posted,
Yep.
he goes, it's important to stay true to our game, the same game we all fell in love with. There's a reason we love it. Let's keep finding ways to highlight that. So, I can lay that as a blanket statement over this whole episode that is the most important thing I think he said in that statement. But like to bounce off of that, going back to Maddie, he's trying to explain it so that like I said, anybody can
He's the
understand it.
masses. Yeah, so
Right.
everybody
So,
can, you know what I mean? So
and
spectators and possible investors and everything can be like, okay, this is pretty easy to follow with him explaining it. Let's invest more. Let's do this. Let's try
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
try that.
no doubt.
So
So,
yeah,
I had somewhere else I wanted to go with that, but I just,
that's my fault. I didn't mean to cut off.
no, it's all good. No, it's all good. And then, because Daniel and I, this tonight is Saturday. We're doing this Saturday night, the second. So we didn't get to watch it live, unfortunately. Yes, we're pieces of shit. We didn't get to contribute to the viewership on the live stream. Oopsie,
Hey, I was working. I couldn't help it.
oopsie. Sorry, I'm an asparagus. Whatever. But so I noticed right off that it was Maddie and Todd, and I was like, all right, cool. And I have written down here Todd Martinez, great choice. What I wasn't sure of at first was why wasn't it Mike Jeffries? Why was it Todd? Because Mike Jeffries does a great job on the Go Sports.
Webcast.
Yeah, the Go Sports. But then after viewing it a little bit further, Mike Jeffries was kind of like boots on the ground. So I'm glad they incorporated him in that at some manner.
Yeah, good. That's definitely a pro. I
Yeah,
basically on my notes I have
bro, look at my
let's see
shit.
how many.
Look at my shit. I have so much. You can't even see because it's blurred.
It's blurry. Oh, I'm showing the backside.
Dumbass.
I got a
Yeah.
little bit, but like
I have
there's
a
more
full
that I
page.
wanted to write down. But I just wanted to, I guess like the the more talkative topics, like the more things that I saw when I was like from my views and everything. I have
I'm so
it's
tired.
about 50-50 for pros and cons. Like even for the ones that I didn't write down, I would still say it's like pretty much damn near 50-50, which is pretty fucking good considering how this conversation always goes about growing the sport and that being extremely controversy and it's just or excuse me, controversial. It I will say it's come leaps and bounds for windows of opportunity, right? But if we're trying to bring in new viewers, I would lean like more towards fixing a lot of the stuff that I have written down. All right, and I'll go ahead and give you my first point, which is
Time
it's
out.
too fast paced. What?
We need to make a disclaimer here because as paintball players, what do?
Oh, let everybody bitch,
we
man.
we bitch
We've
about
already given our
everything.
disclaimer
Well,
many many
I just want to
times.
say, because we may get some people listening and watching. I just want to say we are casual, longtime fans. We love the sport. This is why we do this show. These are just our opinions. We don't run a league. We don't even fucking play on a team anymore. This is just us as viewers. These are things that we've noted. So there's going to be some negative. There's going to be some positive. This is just two players, two brothers as players having conversations. And I'm sure we will make some kind of social media interaction to kind of discuss this with our little community. But before everybody comes at us with the pitchforks,
Yeah.
just yeah. So too
That's
fast.
what us at the 50.
Yeah. So too fast paced is what you say.
For all right, so there was some points that I've seen that it was slowing down, right? But like if it's three v three, you're limited on paint, and then it's
It was
shortened the field.
two pods and a hopper, right?
Two pods and a hopper, right? Two pods and a popper. How two pods?
You fucking idiot.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Here we go
let's just
again.
fucking end the episode right here. And we'll catch you guys on we'll catch you on 97.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum.
Fucking
No,
throwback.
um, what are you like? How are you supposed to slow that down? You know what I mean? Now I don't think somebody should be able to go out there on a shortened field with like 8 pods on their back and just hold down, like sit there, brrr, the
Yeah.
whole entire fucking
Yeah.
time.
I think it was a
Like
good call.
I think yeah, but as fans, I liked it, but like as looking at it from like a new viewer, I think the majority would be like, "What the fuck is going on?" Now, to caveat to that, the next point that I had written down was the paint shell and fill choice of color.
Mm-hmm.
Great fucking move.
Yeah.
Great fucking move to where you can see like bits and pieces of like them shooting their markers, where they're going, and you see the paint splatter. Um, the crazy part is like if you go back for those that haven't watched it, you can watch it on Disney Plus on the ESPN if you have that bundle. And if you watch the beginning of the match with it was what Legion and no, it was Fit and Impact. If you
Fit and
watch
impact.
it, if you're watching on the Impact side, there's so much paint hitting the back of the net, and it caught my eye. Like I was watching straight ahead, and then like I immediately went up, oh, that's fucking paint, which is good. The old kind of like the ultra evil, like dark purple shell kind of crap.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have been a good choice. So I think they'd made the like 1000% the right call. Pink probably would have worked
I
too, but like
wonder.
nobody likes that pink shit.
I wonder how the pink shell, because isn't that what we've been doing? Pink shell, yellow fill. I
I believe
wonder.
so,
I
yeah.
wonder how the pink shell would have looked. But no, it's a great call. I think on like the bright neon yellow shell. I think
Yeah.
that's a great call. The limited pods also I feel like is a good call. You don't want on that small of a format, people just taking primaries and just pouring paint, because the whole purpose behind the 3v3 thing is they're trying to make it, in one sense they're trying to make it easier for viewers to follow, less players that you have to, because it's not
Keep an
like
eye on.
it's
Yep.
not like football or baseball. There's no focal point on one ball. You have to,
Hmm.
your attention is on the strategy and what the players are doing. So the limited paint, good idea. I think the way to mitigate that is, on the last time they did the 3v3, you and I were on here talking about it briefly. I made the comment. I specifically remember I made the comment. It's written down over here somewhere, that the field, it was a regulation NXL 5-man field. I said, well, that's, to me, I was like, that's too big for 3v3. So they listened to me. They called, NXL called me and they were like, yo, PJ, what do you
You
think?
made a very good point.
Yeah, what do you think? This is Tom Cole. I value your opinion so much. No, I'm just playing. Tom Cole doesn't even know me or this podcast exists. But I was like, yes, the 5v5 regulation is too big for 3-man. And they condensed it down. And I'm like, yes, you had the right idea, but I feel like you might have went a little too much.
I don't know. Like I said, man, I think the formula is there,
The
right? I think
formula, the Krabby
the
Patty
formula.
formula. Oh,
I
that
think the formula is
mother.
there. Money is also there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I I don't know, man. I have to give it to Tom Cole for trying. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
yes,
for
yeah,
just
yeah. I don't mean, and I got a fucking Jason necklace now. You see that? That's pretty cool. That's a hockey mask. This is what I've been tinkering with off camera. But anyways,
ADHD kid.
yes, I don't say that to say it was the wrong thing, right? I just think it might have been a little too, like the length maybe. Like I think the width was fine. I think maybe they should have went maybe another 15, 20 feet on the length from start box,
Wait, you mean
start box to start box.
extending it out or shortening it
Yes,
up?
extend it out, because the whole purpose behind this was, you lower the number of players so that
Right.
the audience can follow those easier, and then they shorten it up so that it's more blow for blow to make it interesting. Like they want action, they want you up in each other's face, and I'm like, yes, that's great, but I think if we
Correct.
extend it out just a hair, not by a long way, just extend it out just a hair. That way, you can kind of see, like, because to me it was like the start buzzer, flag, start buzzer, flag, and I'm like, well, I want to see a little bit of strategy. But this is just me as a longtime paintball fan.
but think of all the like factors here. Like you have the seasoned pros, right? So even when it's like 5 on 5, some of these guys are making those big ass moves with more paint in the air, with more body shooting at them. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have that fast pace. But like, what else can you do? So you have this is another point that I'm gonna start to caveat, so we don't stay on this topic too long, or this specific topic on the 3v3 on ESPN. Um, he got it in a baseball stadium, right? So how much more can you go out lengthwise and widthwise and fit it in the field in the venue? So maybe that was okay. This is perfect for this camera to look at
Yeah,
the
that's a
entire
good point.
field. And there's so many different factors that go into this. So with it showing up like it did, I think they did a phenomenal job.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
no, okay, here's another fucking disclaimer. Like, we're not saying that it was just like, oh no, this was a waste of fucking time and resources. No.
Right,
Um,
right.
it's just we're doing our constructive criticism more or less. Um, because maybe for whatever fucking reason, I highly doubt it though, somebody hears this podcast that might know another person that might know a person, or they listen to something that another podcast covers, and they're like, oh, you know what? Well, I never thought of it that way. Let's try this. Let's try that. And then boom, what do you know? Thanks to the Center 50, the NXL is on ESPN all the fucking time.
That's
No,
not how it works.
not gonna happen.
It's gonna
Not gonna
be
happen. That's
it's gonna be.
not
Did you hear
even a
those
fantasy land.
fucking crybabies on the center 50 shitting? They don't even play paintball. They just talk about it. They're fucking. Anyways,
Shit, I followed them by accident. I'm gonna
yeah,
unfollow them.
unfollow. Yeah, here's looking at you there. Oh, I was about to call somebody out. Oh my god, I was about to call somebody out, but boy, I was fucking this close. Oh, I should have done it. I should have fucking done it. I should have done it. Yes, I should have done it. But the Lord,
Anyway,
it's almost the Lord's
you want to
day.
do it anyway?
No, we're an hour away from it being the Lord's day, so I'm gonna let that pass, motherfucker. But
No.
you are not missed, and you are softer than melted butter. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyways,
Softer than baby shit.
if we can I criticize? Can we do this?
Yeah, 1,000%.
All I hear is criticize, criticize, criticize. Don't ask me and mines for nothing.
Nothing.
I can't see too good. Anyways, my biggest complaint, complaint, the ground,
Let me guess.
ground.
I was gonna
The
say
ground.
turf.
the ground.
Okay, yeah,
That is my biggest complaint. I saw the pictures that the bunkers aired up and the layout, and I was like, oh, that looks cool, but what's going on with the fucking baseline and the pitcher's mound there? Like, I'm just wondering because it was not that big of a field. You know, was it time constraints? Was it monetary? Was it staffing? I don't know. This is just something as a viewer I noticed. Why couldn't we put some
I
turf
think
down?
it was a money thing. I think it was a money thing. So turf is expensive on top of everything, right?
Look how
Now
much
you also have
fucking
to
money the
have.
NXL makes. They didn't even pay nothing
I,
to the fucking winning team. Why couldn't you afford some turf?
yeah. Well, no, I know. Trust me.
Don't be
Like
devil's advocate here, you piece of shit. No, we could get some
no,
fucking
no.
turf.
No. You could definitely plan that out.
Put
You
it
know
in
what I mean?
that. Put it in
Like,
the outfield.
or
Well, maybe.
something, but it also depends on the restrictions
Yeah.
that the stadium was allowing. So, like, we don't
Yeah.
know. Like we said this
I'm.
before, we don't know what has gone on these meetings and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. What his limitations are. So
I'm.
obviously he's doing what the best he can. Or if he's not and he's running it like, well, I'm going to do it because I don't want to waste the time doing this. Like if he's just like one of those like conductors, then
Which I doubt.
that's shitty.
You know,
I highly doubt it too. I'm just
devil's
you know,
advocate again. I doubt.
yes.
There are things that go on behind the scenes. I'm sure that was talked about. You and I have know all about it. I have not done a lot of paintball social media in the last week or two. So if anything has been dropped about that, then I don't know. Like if that's been publicly announced or talked about. But just as a viewer, two perspectives. As a viewer, I'm like, that looks kind of funky. And the other perspective, as a player, I mean, one, I would be as a pro, I'd be happy, tickled shitless to be on that. Just to have that opportunity to play on ESPN two, live. That's a huge deal. So first and foremost, congratulations to the teams that were able to do so, and congratulations to Impact on winning that. That's huge. But as a player, I would also be kind of like, damn, y'all couldn't put me some turf down. This is supposed to be the bee's knees. The cat's meow.
That's my thing as well.
Yeah.
What I saw on the footage was the cranes, like the cherry pickers, whatever you want to call them, holding up the net. You just
Telehandlers.
see, yeah, those things. Like you can just see them, bam, bam, and I'm like, all right, cool. That's a good
Way,
idea. Maybe
way
if
to
we had,
improvise. Way to improvise because you're not going to be able to
yeah,
drive light poles in a fucking baseball stadium.
no, but see, that's where I was like, we don't know what else was factoring in about the no turf. Maybe all the
Yeah,
extra money that he was able to dump in that was renting the fucking cranes to hold the nets up. You know what I mean?
they're
Like, who
they're
knows?
like they're like
But
$290 a day or something like that each. So
depending
top,
on where you're at.
yeah.
Um, since let's see, scratch that. I thought that was using your noggin pretty fucking good. I'm gonna go through these about the actual like I guess like streaming venue and the event itself, and then I want to say something about the actual team plays and shit like that, like team
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, and I
Um,
just want to say this real quick. I promise
what's up?
everything. I promise everything that I have to say isn't bad. I promise. Okay, like I thoroughly enjoyed what I watched. Okay, so let's just get that out there right now. So continue.
Yeah. Um, Maddie Marshall explaining the penalties, like what a penalty is, what a minor penalty is, what a major penalty is, and he did it in a phenomenal sense. Like I thought that was pure gold for new viewers and everything. Scratch that motherfucker off right there. Um, I thought it was pure gold. I thought it was good. I thought it was delivered very well to
As
where
always.
yeah, like it's Maddie Marshall, man. You're gonna get that every time. They had good replays, like good footage, good angles of the action, like as close as they could. When they zoomed in on the plays on the cameras that they were using, it wasn't like pixelated. The resolution wasn't shit. You could see players getting hit. You could see players making big moves, shooting, and you could see their paint shooting across and everything shows what they're shooting at. That was hella good. Especially for trying your best to give like the first person view or as close as you can get for like the new viewers. Like, oh,
Hmm.
I want to go try that. That looks like fun. Like, look at him. Look how much paint's coming out because you can't really hear. Uh, unless I just wasn't paying attention because I'm used to the sound, but the rate of fire and the amount of paint that was going back and forth, like I couldn't really hear it. Um, you can kind of sort of hear it on the webcast. I don't know if ESPN purposely like drowned that out and like did something with it. I don't know, but I think like the good of the replays, I think that would help like new viewers or just old players trying to get back into it, and it reignites a fire under them or some shit. You never fucking know. But I
Yeah.
thought that was good.
Yeah. On that note, just to be the negative Nancy, usually this is your job. I'm doing your job tonight. I don't like this. Fucking Hatch comes on here and just fucks up the whole flow. All right, so now you're a good guy, I'm a bad guy. Shout out Stephen Hatch. No, on that note,
Shout out from the sidelines one time.
yeah, from the sidelines, they had a 3-year anniversary drunk show. So that's a funny one.
I actually listened to that.
That's so
Yeah.
funny, and thank you guys for the flowers. We do enjoy you guys, and congratulations on the 3 years. But back to my bitching. So there was a couple of points where within the webcast there was just a overhead like crane shot or drone shot, whatever, however it was mounted, of just reps cleaning the field, no commentating, no. It was just
I
like
have that on here
it
too.
was just
Yeah.
like dead space, and I'm like, that's a great. Which I don't know how much time they had to set this up. I don't know how much time they had to like get old footage or whatever. I don't know the inner workings. Just I'm making critiques here as a viewer. would have been a great time to introduce some sort of more storytelling or replays or just interviews. Go interview the players. You had Mike Jeffries on the ground.
Yeah.
There's just wasted opportunity there.
I'd like to hear more insight from Tom himself about that, like why that went down that way. Did ESPN tell him like, no, we're not, you'll have to pay extra for like paintball commercials, or we're not going to promote that part of it? Because like in a sense, it would be ideal. Hey, if you want to see like the bigger version of this, like 5v5, go to majorleaguepaintball.com
Yeah.
and subscribe. And then you're taking viewers away from ESPN. But then again, like if, but you don't, because like at the end of the day, the NXL and the Major League Paintball is a business, right? You don't want to take from your piggy bank, but that falls back into the whole fucking do you want to grow to the sport episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not fucking repeating that. As we like to say, not beating the dead horse here on that one.
Yeah.
Um,
Favorite line here.
but yeah, but I think as well something could have been done different about that. Like you could have a live feed, basically say, hey, obviously like no cussing, no this, no that, because this is going to go on the end of the production, like the finalized production of this. Uh, no cussing, no stupid profanity, no dumbass signs about fucking Dan Bilzerian in the back from some stupid fucking lawyer that nobody likes, or anything like that. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like it could have
It is
been
late.
like it could have been done better. That's all I'm going to say. Like that part could have been done
Yes.
better. That's actually a pretty big complaint for me. I have 2 stars beside that written down. In which, since we discussed that, I can
Yeah.
mark that motherfucker up.
Like I said 100 times already, we don't know the inner workings. But moving forward, let's try to utilize those areas of airtime.
Every
Whether
minute
it's,
counts, man.
I would personally like some interviews, like on the ground interviews and replays. Like I don't necessarily care. Like look how Go Sports, when they're in between matches, they play the same 3 fucking carbon ads, hormesis
I
ads, and
think,
it's just
yeah,
fucking recycled. Let's for something like this, which was what, an hour runtime. The
roughly.
the Go Sports and NXL event that's spanned over like 4 days. So I
See, here's what you could have done, because the 5v5 in Atlantic City last year, right? Yeah, last year.
on
Yeah, because I was
ESPN.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
ESPN on the same fucking channel, the Ocho and all the other shit or
the
whatever.
Ocho.
Freaking A, Tom. Freaking A. But they could have had that fucking footage. Like they technically own that footage. Am I right or am I wrong? Because it's on their network, it's on their
That's
stream, so they should.
ESPN post production footage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they should be able to have like, hey, check this out, go back and look at this, and yada 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 yada. Like
yeah.
they really want to go into business with each other, and they should probably start helping promote each other more. But like obviously ESPN's way fucking bigger because they have the whole fucking football, baseball, yada
I
yada,
mean,
all that other dumb shit.
that's
And
no secret.
Major League Paintball is just paintball. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
I would
but
have really
that's
liked
neither here or there.
I would have really liked to have seen interviews, and
Yeah,
and to be honest, complete transparency here. We watched it as a post production. We did skip a couple minutes here and there, so if there's a fucking interview in there, Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry, but there was a point in time, I think I saw 2 or 3 separate times where there was just refs scraping bunkers. No,
we saw
no,
it 3 times.
yeah, refs just
No
scraping
sound, no
bunkers,
audio.
so fill all that time. I don't give a shit if I'm at home on the couch. Oh God, if I'm at home on the couch and I'm going through fucking channels and I go past that and I'm like, oh, this is cool, paintball. I've heard of this before, and I sit there for 2 minutes and it's just refs scraping bunkers. All right, I'm gonna head out.
With no sound.
And
Yeah,
yeah, insert
not a good
SpongeBob
one.
meme here. I'm gonna head out, but That's my second biggest complaint. But like I said, I don't know why. I'm sure there's a reason. Because even Matty Marshall, he's like, we need to tell the stories. He knows that's, you know, so who knows? I don't know. But moving forward, I think we need to address that. Fair,
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah,
fair,
fair,
okay,
very fair. All right,
yeah,
Tom Cole. No.
yeah. You got it. But no,
I hear you. I hear you.
yeah,
Goddamn.
I did actually really enjoy this. I did it. I could settle for a little bit slower pacing, but I did like the blow for blows. Back and forth points and stuff. Um, I guess we could kind of move forward. Kind of talk about the teams a little bit. We talked about this while we were watching it. Fit being 3-time tournament champions or tournament winners. Into last year and started this year. Um, I did not think, and I think you were in agreement with this. I'm pretty sure you said this. I did not think this was gonna really be their forte
They're-
per se.
Yeah, I didn't. But like, they're pros, right? I'm pretty sure
Paintball fit is
when they
amazing.
need to, yeah,
Okay.
when they have to flip that switch and do whatever they need to do
Yes.
to put a W up there, like I think they can do it. But um, that didn't fit them. Legion didn't look good. They just came off of a win. That didn't look good. But
They did bring their shit back. That with Dynasty we were watching, they
yeah,
brought it back, but they started out terrible. Like
yeah.
they went up like
I'm
five
not
one,
too.
something like that.
Yeah, I'm not really too concerned about the like structure of like playing and points and blow for blow. My biggest concern was the pit structure between a lot of the teams and having trouble and issues with getting players on the box before the buzzer goes off.
You know how to fix
Very,
that?
very, dude. There's so many different ways that I
Just
think you could do it. Like there was one.
just add five
What was
seconds
it?
between points. Add 5 seconds
Well,
between points.
not even that. Not even that. Was it Smotrov? I think it was that. It panned to the pits with Legion in there, and he had like a hit on his I5s right here, which is his paintball mask, and he was getting it wiped, whatever, and then you see one dude take his mask off, and he's like, "Hey, here, go, just take this." I think that should have been like if you know for a fact that like after the next point you're gonna spin like these same people, here's a new gun filled up. Here's your mask. Fucking
Yeah.
go. It's clean. Just go. You know what I mean? Like that's almost to me from my viewership looks like it's just muscle memory on X-ball mode,
Yeah.
but it's not X-ball mode because you're playing a 3-man with a slightly different format with time hacks and like uh minimal prep time for certain shit. Like you just can't sit there and break down point for point like you can on 5v5 and
I,
how
j-
the game is played in its natural state right
I,
now.
I
I don't
just
see that
think
happening.
I just think there should have been just a tad bit more time in between points, just in case you do spin the same player. Because say you've been shooting your marker all day, and you come off and you're getting wiped down and all this, and somebody hands you another marker and you run out there, all of a sudden it doesn't work or something's up with it, but the marker that you've been shooting all day was fine. If I would have had 5 more seconds to get to the box, maybe I could have had my shit aired up and been ready. I understand it's time constraints for ESPN because you had to fit all this shit within an hour or whatever, but they could have taken that fucking Uno Pizzeria or whatever it was, that 45-second fucking ad, and put it at the end or something, and use that time to give the players more time in between
Or
points.
at the fucking beginning
It works. It works really good
because
if you're constantly spinning two lines, because one line could be getting ready while the other one's, vice versa, so on and so forth, whatever. But if you are trying to spin the same person, and they did it. They obviously did it. How many times did you see Tyler Harmon out there? You know what I mean? Um,
yeah.
they did it. It's doable, but also I saw more times than I would like to admit players running their ass off to the fucking start box and starting with two.
Yeah.
That's just
No bueno.
yeah,
Very uncharacteristic for pros to do that because that's like, their bread and butter of being prep. But sometimes in the 5v5, you see that shit too.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah. It's not
it's
it's not a new phenomenon for three man. So
yeah, but like that's again we're just making like fucking little small bitch gripes and fucking complaints
and
here.
it's constructive
Um
as much as it sounds like we're bitching. It's to me it's constructive criticism. We are a long time.
yeah,
You even more than me because you never quit until now. You fucking loser. But as
technically not my fault.
yeah, as as longtime paintball players and fans, these are just things that we keyed up on, and we're just two dudes from the southeast. You know, like who the fuck are we? But you know,
Center 50, that's who the fuck we are.
yeah, we have a
Ain't that right, Hatch?
we have a solid
50 cows, as he likes to
yeah,
call it.
we have a solid six listeners. Like they're not gonna care what we have to say here, but um. No, like I said, I'm not trying to sit here and beat this up. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. There's just some things that I have jotted down that I'm like, if we do this again, I'd love to see this. Let's just we have a good base on what we just did. It's not a replacement, in my opinion, for 5v5. Never.
Absolutely not.
Just like that note Marcelo said, you know, basically in a roundabout way, let's stay true to our core values. You know, yes, we started at 10 man, then we went to 7, then we went to 5, and you know, over the course of time, maybe we will go to 3 full time, but we have been at 5 man for the longest. So
It doesn't go to 3.
and
I fucking hope it
I
doesn't.
don't think that it should, and I don't know if it will, but it's not a replacement. But I think it's good, just to kind of change up the monotony of what we do as you know paintball players or whatever. You know, just like the Hormesis 1v1 thing. Like Oliver, when he started that, he was like, "This isn't, you know, I'm not trying to replace the NXL. I'm not trying to replace 5v5. This is just something fresh, you know, whatever." And I enjoy watching that, you know, but with this most recent three man tournament, it is a good base. It's a good foundation for something good. If you want to continue this ESPN, if the numbers are great and they want to continue doing it and get more exposure to paintball, great. So take what you have, take some of the criticism for idiots like us, and run with it. It's just, you know,
Make those fine tunings, man.
yeah.
Because
You got to
I
start
guarantee there's
somewhere.
probably easily more than one person that fucking agrees with us on some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Not all the time, not every fucking topic that we cover, but we do get some interaction on our social media, right? And we do have some like, you know what, you guys are fucking right on this. Or there'll be some people that are just like they'll start conversations like, hey man, I see your point, but XYZ. Like I don't agree with it because of this.
That's me on burner accounts.
Oh, okay. Well, I
I'm
knew
like
when you called me a faggot. I was
I'm
like,
like,
this sounds like DJ.
yo, Daniel, you a bitch. Like, who is this guy? But I do
And you're
it.
sitting with your two phones like, oh,
Yeah, yeah, just my bad. So I don't know. I did enjoy it. Overall. Let's see.
that's all my notes.
Yeah, I think that's Oh, and you talked about the camera angles and stuff. I think the angles and stuff are great. But the production timing was weird. Like they'd be panned out, panned out, panned out, and then they would like swap to a camera after something, either right after or right before something would happen, or something was just getting ready to go down, and then they would like pull away back to overhead. And I'm like, damn, that dude just got run
Yeah.
down, and now we didn't see it. You know, find a production crew that knows the guy. I don't know if ESPN, you know, you got Mike Jeffrey standing behind them going, cut now, cut now, cut now, you know. But I don't.
I think that would be a great introduction for us since it's so fast paced. Because on episode 88, when we had K-Fed and fucking ZP on, we talked about like the meta glasses or something like that. It's like
Yeah.
30 seconds or some shit like that per point. Maybe something like that, or something like a streaming camera like on barrels since it's so fast paced. Or
Yeah.
you can have like the cameras on stands, or there might be even a an option for it, which I don't think it would work 100%, but it's just like a fucking idea getting thrown out there, like a camera that can like attach to one of like the tie downs, like on a can, you know, has got like the shit on
Yeah.
the top, or how Dirter used to do it when getting footage for like other tournaments and shit, they had it at the beginning of the snake or like on their like say this is the bunker and here's the snake beam for the
Mm-hmm.
diver or the god damn it I cannot talk tonight. The player diving into the bunker and the camera would be right here. I was watching on YouTube and it would show first person view of him like diving
Yeah.
and playing the bunker and stuff. Something like that. So I'm pretty sure there's somebody else out there that can come up with more creative ways to catch footage like that. But I think that would be a great way to basically do because that wouldn't be a hard setup. You don't have to do the overhead fucking cables for the camera like they have on the pro
Mm.
field for the webcast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, I think there's more options for 3-man to have different footage style, and you could test it to see if you can take it to like the old traditional ways of 5v5 and see if you can promote it that way. But that's hard to do when you have the risk of like if it's one of those cameras that can attach to a bunker, it gets shot with a paintball and nobody can wipe it
Oh yeah.
or that view. You know
Could
what
you
I mean?
imagine?
Like
Could you imagine if somebody was digging into a fucking can on their hip, like trying to play tight, and that camera would just be, you know?
yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, no.
that's part of it.
Just things to just things to think about. I hope that the NXL watches the 3-man and they're like, all right, well next time we need to do X Y. We need to do exactly what PJ and Daniel said. But no, for real. Just
I'm pretty sure they've taken notes. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
yeah,
they've
yeah.
broken it down to like, okay,
Yeah.
we want to prove this, this, and this, and then they could. I'm pretty sure there's somebody within their little structure pushing it to ESPN. Okay, here's our suggestions on boosting us up a
Well,
little bit. Can we do
last time
this?
it was
Can we do
Maddie
that?
for the post production stuff at AC. It was Maddie doing all that. So, he wasn't like the executive producer, but he was kind of like the NXL's voice. But, so we don't have to go like play for play. We're actually probably getting ready to wrap this thing up, I think. But we get to the finals and it's Dynasty versus Impact in the finals. One thing I did like for that is that it wasn't a blowout for on either end. That would have sucked to have seen like a fucking 8-0, like no mercy rule, like a 8-0 or something like that. Would have been
No.
shitty. What was it? It was like what 6-5, something like that.
6-5 or 5-4 or something like that.
Yeah,
It was
so-
only a 1 point loss.
Yeah, so I mean, it ain't like they got Dynasty didn't get the absolute shit kicked out of them. Tyler Harmon playing phenomenal with his bleach blonde hair.
Lights out.
Yeah, playing phenomenal. Which I mean, everybody looked good. The whole Dynasty squad looked pretty good. Blake Yarber did a questionable rundown on Dalton at towards the end there. Kind of running the inside, but
Frazier looked pretty solid. Frazier looked like he was still playing in
yeah,
2005.
yeah. Frazier looks amazing, always does. Our boy Joe Barrett out there. What you want to say? You picking on my speech? You have
picking on
fucked
you.
up. You have fucked up like 15 times tonight. I don't know.
Nah, bro, those you got to keep going. I fucked up
No.
way more than that.
Yeah.
You're being too generous
Yeah.
on that one, man.
But no, Joe Barrett looked great
We're
out there.
heaving. Upstairs, downstairs.
Yeah. Oh my God, the absolute worst call out in Call of Duty history comes from this man beside me. So, oh Jesus Christ, I'm not even going into that. Just know, upstairs, downstairs. That's all you need to know. It's fucking one person now. We're calling out one person, upstairs, downstairs. But and then get mad at me because I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about and I got killed. So it was my fault.
It's always your fault.
It was my fault. But no, everybody looked good. These guys are pro athletes, and they're in the middle of Orlando in July. So why did you lie to me? No, yeah, it's fucking 150 degrees with 10,000% humidity. For them to be spinning that hard and back to back points, everybody looked really good. They even made a comment towards the end of the finals where they're like, yeah, they're starting to get a little bit slower going to the buzzer. And I'm like, I bet the fuck they are. It's hot out there.
Especially with everything that was like a heat advisory down here in Georgia.
Yeah.
It was rough, dude.
Yeah,
rough.
ain't no doubt. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to watch it, ESPN too. I went to Disney Plus because I have the package with Hulu and shit, and I just searched. I literally in the search bar just put paintball, and it popped up.
You serious?
Serious? I want pictures of Spider Man. But do you want me to send you nudes? No, I want pictures of Spider Man. But but
Oh
but
man.
no, I encourage everybody that listens to this. If you haven't, maybe we're just late. We're the only two that hadn't watched it. Period. But if you've listening to this and you're not, and you haven't watched it, go try to watch it. It's it's great. It's good for the sport overall. It just has a couple things they need to tighten up on.
I concur.
Yeah, I concur. Do you concur, counsel? Oh yeah, I forgot. You're lame and you don't watch good TV shows. Um, really, I mean, truthfully and honestly, that's really my wrap up on it. This dude is yeah.
I don't have it. I don't have
I'm about to say Daniel's
anything
so
like that.
checked out. He's hitting the soundboard, so he's like, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Well, I'm low key also adjusting the sound because I went and did some quality control on one of the episodes on one of the soundboard clips. And I was like, "Okay."
Can't
I
hardly
didn't
hear
hear.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, "All right, let me turn that up." So I'm kind of low key, like
yeah.
adjusting
on
the
a
sound.
on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it? 10 being the highest.
No bullshit, like an 8.
Yeah,
I'd say an 8 because there's
I'll give it the same.
and like this is
I'll give it an
like this
8.2.
is all the factors that we covered and talked about from the beginning of the episode, like off the rip. Um, the dead air, like just watching refs like rake out fucking paintballs from bunkers and scrape the fucking busted paint off. I saw a few clips of like mascots around the baseball field walking around. I wanted to call that out when we were watching it, but it was like these two people were walking up the top in this fucking like duck or goose or some shit, like duck duck goose
Yeah.
fucking mascots, whatever. But I like the fact that I can't tell if it was just at the beginning. I'm pretty sure every team that was playing had their own little introduction. I like the fact that they had that. I love the fact that they have Maddie and Todd up there, two like very, very seasoned veterans that have been around this before, and both of them, like Todd used to commentate a lot more on what's it called, PB Access or some shit like that
Short bus.
before it became Ghost Sports. Well, it's not only a short bus, but like that too. But he he's a good commentator.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like again, not take anything from Rich Telford, but like there was no really no jokes on the side or anything like that. You know what I mean?
no banter. It was just
I
strictly
yeah, I personally like it.
yeah,
I personally like that. But like if you're trying to appease to like a new audience, obviously that's not the fucking move.
yeah.
I didn't like the dual terrain for the players for diving on fucking like the damn baseball field dirt and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like that. I would think that if they're gonna make that like a I guess like a norm, not the terrain, but just like the 3v3 in like a stadium or something for that, like that could just be like a an event where they go to different baseball stadiums to do that. And if they have the dimensions or they buy the turf for the exact dimensions and then have it like painted, made, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, with like maybe the ESPN logo on there to help them out with that. Maybe Major League Paintball because they had it on the bunkers, so it wouldn't matter if it was really on the ground. You know, like maybe just do promotions on that wing, like put some platinum sponsors on there, like Planet Eclipse or Hermesis or Pro DNA
Center
or something
50.
like that. Center 50 in the 50, but like stuff like that would be cool. I give it a solid 8,
Yeah,
8 flat.
yeah. I give it an 8.2. Honestly, good
Oh,
execution.
8.3.
Bitch. I give it, good execution. And if you want to know why, just go back and listen to this fucking episode again, and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
There you go.
Yeah, no. But really, that's my wrap up on it. I enjoyed it. I hope to see more things like this. I can't wait to get back to our regular NXL schedule, the 5v5, and finish the year out and see who's going to be our next event winner.
Road
Yep.
to World Cup, baby. Ready to go
Road to
there.
World. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited for Cup. Real quick, you want to tell the people who we're sponsored by and what our code is and what it gets them?
Here, Pro DNA, Infamous Paintball. You can find them on infamouspaintball.com. You can use our code Center50, CENTER50, no underscore, no space, no nothing. It doesn't matter if it's all caps. Just put Center50 on there, and you can get 10% off everything across the website except for markers that they have up for sale. I'm trying to get the actual name because they just released 2 new cleats. Right, they have one that's specifically for like grabbing on dirt more than anything, and they also have like turf shoes.
Yeah.
Now, I think that was a great fucking move, because the Voltrax cleats that I have, playing them on turf, they dug in great.
These.
Yeah, mine are on the other side. I'm not gonna grab them. I'm displaying one of my collectibles on this episode for the YouTubers, the Dynasty Shocker. So if you want to see it, get on the fucking YouTubes. There's no specific name on them. It's just like dual threat cleat, like the pack that you get both of them. You get the turf and you get the fucking like the grass, or you can buy them individually for $100 a pop. You either get the tournament cleats, which I'll do my own little review on those as well, and the turf cleats. I'm gonna do like all these reviews as soon as we get this camera issued, figured out, because I did one and the like video footage was just not great. So I'm waiting on this camera to get here that I'm going to use for all this other stuff for the YouTube channel. They have strictly parts for your ProFlex. They have ears. They have
scraps.
They have scraps. They have factory parts. They have plugs that hold your ear for your ProFlex to the bottom. Let's see. Yeah.
Go to infamouspaintball.com and see what they have. They have a lot of shit.
No, there was something that I wanted to point out to you, but I can't find it. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Regardless.
But yeah, infamouspaintball.com. Use our code that we mentioned, Center50, and then you get 10% off everything except for markers.
Yep. That's what you said 20 minutes ago.
Matt, well, they can hear it again. Center50.
No. Maybe one of these days we'll do a readout or something to put in there, so, like I did with Slide at one time. Other than that, man, I'm good to go. I got it all off my chest. Overall 8.2, I enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what we do in the future.
Yep. I hope some of this actually reaches somebody and they actually fix some of the stuff that we've seen, because we're the only ones that matter. Center50 is the only one that matters when it comes to these critiques. No, but in all seriousness, I got nothing else to say.
All right. Well, with that, we are out of here. We will see you guys in the next one in 2 weeks. We love you. Thank you for sticking around. Peace out.
Later.